Alright, we're at Longview Country Club. Today is December the 5th of 2020. It's a par 70. Playing from the whites today. First hole's a par 4. 289 to the pin. Got a driver. Play my natural shot, which is a fade. End up center of the fairway. Leaves me about 25 yards left to attack this flag. I'm a little nervous. Have been sculling these short chips lately. That one came out a little thin, but it worked out for me. Left me a nice 5 to 6 footer uphill for birdie. Just decided to play it a little firm. Take some of the breakout. So I'm 1 under through 1. Stepping up to the second hole, par 5. 426. Don't want to miss a left out of bounds to a street. So I aim for the center. If it works out, great. If not, my natural shot does go to the right. I do get a little under it, but it played out exactly how I wanted. So now I got about 190 left, stuck between my 4-wood or 2-iron. End up topping my 4-wood. Rolls about a 90, 100 yards. Leaves me a short gap wedge. Pull it a little, but I'm hole high. And I have another birdie chance. Which I do miss to the right, but I will not complain about a par. So 1 under through 2. Got a par 3 coming up, 108 to the pin. Don't want to miss it again to the left because there is a street. So I could be aggressive, attack this right at the pin. And if I miss, I need to miss to the right. So I got my gap wedge again. And I do hit the green. I got this nice 10-footer uphill. Again, a birdie chance. And that does creep in there. So I'm feeling good. 2 under par through 3 holes. Got a short par 4, 251 to the flag. I normally lay up here with a 7-iron to leave me a nice gap wedge, but today I was feeling the driver. Came out a little to the left, rolled off the cart path, and end up past the green. Here I am past the green. Got a short chip. Just got to get it over the hill. Let it roll down the green. And I chunk it. Not happy with that. So now I got my 9-iron. Trying to play another bump and run. Which I do end up pushing. And it goes a little long. Almost goes off the green. And leaves me this uphill putt to save par. And I miss it to the right. And I barely make bogey there. So that bogey drops me to 1 under. Now we have a par 4, 323, trees to the right. I want to miss left if anywhere, and I definitely missed to the left. End up in the wrong fairway. That was my 4-wood. Was trying to lay up to have a nice gap wedge into the green, but didn't work out. So now I'm looking at a pitch and wedge, choking down on it a little bit. It's playing about 110, trying to play a cut just to avoid the tree. I do end up missing a little left. So now I have to get up and down. Gotta save par. Got this little chip about 15 yards out. End up sticking it. Got a little 3-footer now for par. So I'm still 1 under par. Coming up to the 6th hole, par 3 over water. 118. I believe I have my 9-iron. And I hit the green. A little past it. But I do have another birdie chance. So now on to my birdie putt. Thought it was gonna roll a little bit more. Just didn't give it enough pace. Par. So now 7th hole, 348, par 4. Got driver in hand. And I got under it. Straight, but short. 7-iron, 145 left. I thin it a little bit. End up coming up a little short. Thought I had some people behind me, so I hurried it up a little bit. Par again. Okay, still 1 under. On to the 8th hole, par 5, 423. Very reachable in 2. Just gotta avoid the trees to the left. And I hit the tree. Comes off a little branch. Lucky to come out of there and end up in the rough on the left hand side. So I decide to lay up with a 7-iron. Didn't want to risk it with my 4-wood again. Left me a nice gap wedge into the green, which I do go a little past the pin, but I'm on the green, putting for birdie. So got a little long putt for birdie. Main concern here is just do not 3-putt. So I do make another par. Pars are good. 1 under through 8. Stepping up to the 9th par 3. Got my 2-iron, just trying to play a little punch or stinger. Trying to avoid the water on the left. Probably my favorite shot of the day. And just missed the green. Okay, so may not look like it, but this green does slope. and slope. So now I got a lengthy putt for par. Which I do short myself and end up 3-putting for bogey. So even par through the first 9. Coming up to the 10th hole, 146. Got a 7-iron. Come up a little short to the right. So I decide to grab my 9-iron again, try to play another bump and run. Green was a little softer than I thought. So now I have to make this for par. And again, I short myself. So bogey it is. Okay, 11th hole, par 4. Just want to split these trees down the middle. And then the hole goes off to the right. Got under this one as well, but it was straight. 160, 6-iron. Played it fair, came up a little short. And again, I come up with my 9-iron. This one was a little mishit, but I do have a chance now to save par. So end up saving for par. So I'm currently sitting at 1 over par, 311. Moving on to the 12th hole now. And this is where the wheels come off a little bit. End up in the wrong fairway. It is a par 5. But I pull my driver, top my 4-wood. Then I chunk my gap wedge. Only decent shot was my sand wedge into the green. So got another slopey green. Got this left for par, which I do miss, and end up making bogey. So now I am 2 over through 12. On to the 13th. Last par 5, 466. And again, I pull it. I do avoid the first tree, but that does leave me 225 to the flag with about 7 trees in my way, so I lay up with my pitching wedge. Got my 7-iron, chunk it, short to the left. So again with my sand wedge about 40 yards out, and left myself a chance to save par. But I make bogey. So now I'm 3 over through 13. Now on to the 14th. Short par 4, 276. Was trying to lay up, but I end up pushing it to the right, real close to out of bounds. End up avoiding some branches on the ground. And I hit my 9-iron out of there. Again, try to play another cut. Again, miss a little to the left, but I was hole high. So I left myself another up and down. Got my 9-iron, playing my bump and run again. End up about a yard short. So I tapped that in for par. So still 3 over through 14. And right here I'm trying to lay up with my 4-wood. Probably my best tee shot. Trying to leave myself a gap wedge, which I do. 85 yards out. Time to be aggressive. and I just shank it. So now I'm trying to play this sand wedge, just trying to get it on the green. Thin it a little bit, end up past the green just a little bit. So time for my 9-iron again, another bump and run. Not my best. So now I got this putt left for bogey. Just a bad read. End up making my first double bogey. So now I'm 5 over through 15, stepping on to this par 3, 138. Don't want to miss it left. I end up missing left. So right here I chunk another sand wedge. End up short, barely on the green. Long putt for par. Not happy. And I end up 3-putting from here. Just not focused. Didn't really take time to read the break. There's my first putt. This is one I definitely should have made. Just, again, didn't take my time to read it. End up missing. 3-putt. Double bogey again. So I'm 7 over through 16. On the 17th. Here, I would normally lay up with my 4-wood. But I'm pretty pissed off at myself, so I just grabbed the driver. 306 to the pin. It's a little downhill. Miss it a little to the left, but I leave myself a short pitch. Normally, I'd like to leave myself about 90 to 100 yards, but I just wasn't focused. Last 2 holes where I double bogeyed. So now I got this kind of uncomfortable pitch shot, about 25, 30 yards out. End up pulling it off on the green, putting for birdie. And I hole it. So I'm 6 over par now, through 17, last hole, par 3, 166 yards. Play my 5-iron, and I hit it hole high, barely on the green, and we're putting for birdie. So looking at my scorecard, and I definitely struggled from 12 on to the 16th. End up barely missing my birdie putt, but I do sneak that in for par. So end up shooting a 76, 6 over on this par 70 course. I would say this is my average round here. I think my best here has been 72. And I don't normally go into the 80s. Thank you for watching, and y'all be safe out there.